Hi guys, it's Michelle, and today's video is going to be yet another Mandela Effect video for you guys. I love that y'all still love these types of videos because it just makes my heart happy. It's an OG content that I used to do like back in the day, and I still do it. It's still fun. It's still fun in my opinion. I'm sorry. But I'm happy a lot of you guys feel like that too, because there have just been so many new Mandela Effects popping off on TikTok. Although spare me if I've ever said any of them before. Sometimes I forget if I talk about them. It's also been like 10 years, so what do you expect? All right, I know this is a whole thing based on memory, but like spare me, okay? All right, the first Mandela Effect I want to talk about has to do with George Washington Carver being the inventor of peanut butter. I swear we learned this in school. I would bet so many dollars on it. I think everyone in America was taught this. Please. Let me know why he did not invent peanut butter. Some random dude did. I forget who. Why did we all learn it was George Washington Carver? Why'd we all learn that? Please explain, because I don't like it. Not very cutesy, not very demure, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys remember, because that one is just so strange to me, because it's something we all were literally taught. Why do we all remember being taught that? The next Mandela Effect I want to talk about is Pocahontas. So I have never seen this in my life. Pocahontas, if you had to guess, what color eyebrows would you say she has? I would say brown, like her hair. She has red eyebrows. I've never noticed that in my life. And I really like Disney. And I just think that's insane that I've never seen that before. There's no way. Speaking of Disney, the next Mandela Effect comes from Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. That's what it is. I would think it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarves with a V-E-S. Tell me why it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarf, like S. No apostrophe, but just an S. Why? You would never spell that like that. Why is it that? Oh, this makes me crazy because I can picture it so vividly with the V-E-S. When you pronounce it, it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Those might sound the same to you, but to me, they sound very different. And phonetically, there's no way. Let me know what you remember though, but if you remember dwarfs with an F, you're probably a liar. Speaking of liars, the next Mandela Effect comes from none other than Pretty Little Liars herself. One of my favorite shows probably ever, honestly, but I feel like there are so many Mandela Effects surrounding the show. But the one that I want to talk about is one that bothers me to no extent, because I swear, growing up, rewatching the show, I've rewatched it probably like 10 times. I vividly remember them saying like whoever is going to get a get out of jail free card. This was such a quote to the point where the like most recent time I was rewatching Pretty Little Liars, I was like, I'm gonna like tally up how many times they say this because I just know it's gonna be fucking insane. 6 times. They only said that 6 times. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I could have sworn that for an entire season there was a get out of jail free card in every single episode, because it got to the point where I was like, oh my god, why do they keep saying this? Please let me know if you're a Pretty Little Liars stan. Does get out of jail free card really fucking hit in your head way more than any other line from that show? Because I swear they said that so much more than 6 times. Like, that's not even anything about the amount of fucking seasons of Pretty Little Liars that there were. That's barely anything. Let me know what you remember, because I honestly, I can't think about it any longer. It's stressing me out. The next Mandela Effect I want to talk about is from another show called I Love Lucy. I never really fucked with the show. However, my aunt is ginger, and therefore that's her personality. Not really, but like, actually, no, it kind of is. She loves I Love Lucy, like to the point where she had a room, she still does, I believe, in her house that is just dedicated to shit from I Love Lucy. Like, I don't even know what it, like, just plates that have I Love Lucy on it, and blankets, and just different Lucille Ball memorabilia. She just loved that bitch. What can I say? I guess she was a redhead icon. I don't know. I know for a fact that the phrase is, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Tell me why he never said that. Tell me why he never said that. Never. Not once. Zip. What do you fucking mean? I do not like that. one bit, because I know for a fact my aunt had something with this phrase on it in that room, because I used to just go sit in there and just analyze all of the shit in there, and I honestly never watched an episode of I Love Lucy, yet I still feel like I've heard this clip and seen this clip before. But no, it never existed, and he never said that. The next Mandela Effect is really popping off right now, and it has to do with the cat that plays piano, like that viral, I think it was a Vine at the time. Tell me why people are all of a sudden noticing that there's a red box just in the middle of that. Just in the middle of that Vine. Where the hell did that come from? No. Like, simply, that was never there. I don't care what you say. There was no red box because it kind of blocks the entire thing anyway. Why would that? We would have remembered it. We would have remembered it, and nobody remembers that damn red box, so I'm calling Mandela Effect on it. The next Mandela Effect I want to talk about is the Fruit of the Loom logo. We've talked about this honestly, this has kept me up at night for the past, 7 years. I do not understand how or why we all picture the Fruit of the Loom logo having a cornucopia. Every year around Thanksgiving, it makes me think about it again. Anytime I see a cornucopia, I think about the fact that how the hell is that not the Fruit of the Loom logo, and where the fuck did we all get that from? Where the fuck did we get that from? That is not normal. That is not normal. That we all remember. I have not met a single person who's like, no, I don't remember the cornucopia. Legit everyone. And there has been actual proof that this is a Mandela Effect. It's not like the brand changing the logo. That's not what I'm saying there's proof of. I've seen people talk about they found a shirt with the original cornucopia logo. No, the logo never existed. That's the point, and that's why it's a Mandela Effect. The issue is that there's proof in the sense of people referencing the cornucopia in pop culture when there was no ever cornucopia to begin with. What do you mean? No. Actually, fucking no. I don't really like that. And another Mandela Effect I want to bring right back around the loop is Cheez-Its, because that's the only one that makes me feel the same way as the Fruit of the Loom logo, because I know that Cheez-Its was plural. I know for the fact that I will look at a box now and it says Cheez-It should be illegal. I'm not even trying to be dramatic or funny. That's fucked up. That's insane. I have a friend named Andy who literally all she would eat is Cheez-Its. She brought Cheez-Its literally all the time. Everywhere she would go, she would bring a box of Cheez-Its. And I know damn well that bitch would agree with me. It's Cheez-Its plural. It just simply is. The box looks so incorrect. It actually makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. So what the fuck is that? Let me know if for some reason you remember Cheez-It. I don't want to know you, honestly. No offense. All right. Keeping on the theme of food, I guess. Tostino's pizza rolls. Let's talk about it, because I always definitely remember being called Tostino's pizza rolls, but it's always been Totino's pizza rolls. So here's the thing. When this Mandela Effect first happened, a lot of people were like, no, you're mixing it up with Tostino's chips. Tostino's chips is not a thing. It's Tostitos chips. So what the fuck? It was never, ever, 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 and I guarantee this, it was never Totino's pizza rolls. I don't care. It was Tostino's with an S, because I love pizza rolls, but I also loved those little Tostino's pizzas. Bitch, I'm not mixing it up with Tostitos. Tostitos is a totally different word. What the fuck do you mean? No. Okay, the next Mandela Effect honestly made me feel like I was fucking nuts, and I was just like, wait, I actually thought it was fake. Basically, I loved Scream Queens when it was good. It was good. And I remember Chanel being like, good morning, sluts. Always. I thought that was the line 100,000%. Why does she say good morning, slits?
Good morning, slits. Good morning, Chanel.
What do you mean by that? I mean, I know what she means by that, but why? She always said sluts. I swear it. It's been quoted so many times. What the fuck do you mean? I hate that. No, not interested. Alright, the next Mandela Effect comes from a Britney Spears music video once again. I can't believe there's another one. But from the Hit Me Baby One More Time music video, we've already talked about the skirt, the fact that it's not plaid anymore. Don't agree with that. But either way, I saw this comment on a Reddit post talking about how she vividly remembers Britney Spears wearing like a hot pink bra in the music video, like under the original like outfit. Like it kind of just like shows a little bit of her bra. However, it's not hot pink, it's actually a maroon like bandeau. That's not real. But I thought her comment was interesting, so I'm going to share it. Because she basically said that one time her friend threw a 2000s MTV music video with a costume party, and she decided to go with the Hit Me Baby One More Time music video outfit. She said, I made it my absolute mission to nail the schoolgirl outfit down to the smallest detail. Everything from the boots, the stockings, the color of the skirt, hair puffs, everything. I wanted to stress that I spent more than a day searching for every last item while shopping. When it came to the bra, I noticed that Britney had a bright pink bra that showed a tiny bit of cleavage, and at Victoria's Secret, she had about 5 different push-up bras in varying shades of pink in her fitting room, and like she was looking at photos for reference to pick out the one that resembled Britney's the most. This girl claims that everyone was obsessed with her outfit. She looked perfect. She was very, very particular about the detail. But then one day, like more recently, she went back and rewatched the music video for some reason and realized that she's not even wearing a pink bra. She's wearing a bandeau. And what is that? How do you explain that when it goes with Halloween costumes? I'm just like, everyone who wears Halloween costumes are going to use, you know, pictures as a reference. They just will. And what? I don't even like it. All right, the next Mandela Effects. I'm just in my vampire era, you guys know, because I'm watching the Vampire Diaries. Well, I watched the Vampire Diaries, the originals, and Legacies, and now I just, like, restarted the Vampire Diaries because I just, like, got kind of sad. And I didn't want to pick a new show. I know that's bad. But when Ian Somerhalder is... What do you want me to do? Obviously, I'm going to rewatch that. And by the way, he's my soulmate on The Pattern, so if anyone has any contact with him, please tell him that and send it my way. Anyway, the movie Interview with the Vampire, I have never seen until recently. And I remember this being a Mandela Effect that basically everyone always remembers the movie be called Interview with a Vampire, but it's actually Interview with the Vampire. And the reason I'm going to say that I agree with this Mandela Effect is because Brad Pitt is the one that's giving the interview. No offense, but he's not the vampire of the movie. Like, yes, he is a vampire. But I would say Tom Cruise is a little more important in the movie. As a vampire whole, he is the vampire. So, personally, I think it's always been called an interview with a vampire. And I feel like this is a victim of the Mandela Effect, but I wouldn't know because I didn't see it until, like, 2 days ago. So, I don't know. The next Mandela Effect I want to talk about has to do with Matilda. I vividly remember that there is a part of Matilda where Miss Honey was thrown in the chokey. Tell me why that never happened. And so many people on TikTok and all over the internet remember it as well. So let me know what you guys remember because it's driving me nuts. Next Mandela Effect, we have some proof of the Monopoly monocle. So some guy got this game from 1996 where you see the Monopoly man with a monocle on one of the dollars. So I thought that was kind of cool, so I figured I'd include it.
The Mandela Effect that we all know of is real, and I just got something that proves it. Now, if you don't know, the Mandela Effect is basically a mass misremembering of a popular subject. In this case, the Monopoly man that we all know and love that positively had a monocle on his eye actually doesn't. The Monopoly company says he's never had a monocle. Well, I just got a 1996 version of Monopoly Jr. that says otherwise. Credit to Nicole at Dime Lifting. That's how I found out about this. But here is the 1996 copy of Monopoly Jr. Apparently, when I open this up on the $2 bill of Monopoly money, the Monopoly man will have a monocle. 3, 2, 1. Here's the actual Monopoly board, and then you have all of the little pieces inside. I see it! Inside the 1996 Waddlington's Monopoly Jr., the $2 Monopoly bill, the Monopoly man has a monocle.
Next Mandela Effect is about Alaskan Airlines. I always thought this airline was called Alaskan, like 100,000%. Still to this day, honestly, I feel like I found this Mandela Effect like a bit ago and I still mess it up. It's always been Alaska Airlines. Just Alaska Airlines. I swear it was Alaskan. Please let me know what you remember because that one honestly annoyed me. Alright, the next Mandela Effect is about SpongeBob. I kind of actually agree with the current reality version of this, but a lot of people remember that SpongeBob's shoes had shoelaces. I personally don't remember, and they never have had shoelaces. I do, however, remember there being an episode of SpongeBob where he, like, specifically learns how to tie shoes. So I'm not quite sure on that one, but honestly was not that big of a SpongeBob fan. I'm sorry. The next Mandela Effect is honestly an ode to Los Angeles. It's like a message that I want to send you. We all remember the Hollywood sign used to light up. I swear that was a thing. And then when I came here for the first time in like 2016, I realized that the Hollywood sign actually never lit up, or it did in like the 40s. And the last time it lit up was on New Year's Eve 2000. Definitely thought that they lit up the Hollywood sign like in so many different movies and shit. This drives me crazy, and honestly it pisses me off. Why does the Hollywood sign not light up? I don't understand. Imagine if it was like Paris, where every hour on the hour for the first 5 minutes it like sparkled. Like, I need to be a like city plant or whatever, like designer. I don't know what a city plant is, but you know, the people that do, I don't know. I need to get on the council or something, because I think that would be so cute and so slay. We should do that before the Olympics. The fact that the Olympics are going to be here, no thank you. But either way, like, obviously, where are they going to put the Olympic rings? Like, on the Hollywood sign. And for it to, like, not light up is kind of embarrassing. I don't know. But what do you remember either way? All right, the next Mandela Effect I want to talk about is one we have spoken sort of about before. It's the theory that everyone remembers Tinkerbell in the beginning of the Disney intro flying over the castle and tapping the castle. But this was another thing that I totally remember happening, and it never did, was that at one intro of those, like, variations, Tinkerbell, the little wand wasn't working, so she had to, like, tap the wand to, like, get it to work, and she, like, scuffed and did her little, like, Tinkerbell pout. 100,000% I remember this, and it does not exist. It doesn't exist. And the last Mandela Effect I want to talk about before we get into the emojis is the Baskin-Robbins logo. So really vividly remember, though, the Baskin-Robbins logo looking like this with the font being pink, because I love pink. And so I was very aware of pink as a child, and still to this day. So the Baskin-Robbins logo actually has always looked like this, and the writing is blue. And I personally just disagree with that. As a whole, I think that's wrong. All right, the last few Mandela Effects we're going to talk about are emoji Mandela Effects. These ones are always fun to me, because why do we all remember something being there? That's just not there. Like, for example, the robber emoji. Everyone remembers it. It doesn't exist. As well as the hiker emoji has a similar vibe to me. What the fuck? I know that there was a hiker emoji with the little stick. 100,000% doesn't exist. Let's talk about the rubber ducky emoji. There's no rubber ducky emoji. What do you mean? I know that there's a fucking rubber ducky emoji, man. I swear, but it just doesn't exist. Also, cotton candy. My most embarrassing trait probably is that I will order cotton candy flavored things. Like, I love cotton candy flavor. I remember there being a little cotton candy emoji, 100,000%. No. Simply doesn't exist, and I simply hate that. All right, the next two emoji Mandela Effects kind of go hand in hand a bit. I always remember 100,000% there being a beach ball emoji. The fact that there's not is actually fucking insane. Like, I'm not gonna lie. What do you mean by that? I actually just had to check again that it doesn't exist. But I can see it so perfectly. It's the classic, like, colored beach ball. Legit doesn't exist. What the fuck do you... No, shut up. Of course. What? I actually hate that. I really, really hate that. And going hand in hand, flip-flop. The flip-flop emoji that is today, I've never seen that in my life. The flip-flop emoji that's in my heart that I know existed was pink and yellow, and there were two flip-flops, not just one. Please tell me you guys also remember that, because why do we all picture it as pink if it's always been blue? Let me freaking know, because I don't like it. I don't fuck with it. The last Mandela Effect I want to talk about is more of an open-ended question I have for you guys. Does something look weird with the skull emoji to you? Or is it just me? Since the fuck when does the skull have teeth like that? I just feel like I remember the skull not being open-mouthed with teeth. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I feel like I used to use that emoji a lot in 2016 when it was like... everyone loved Maddie Healy and friggin' Tumblr. And chokers and shit. It was like our year of the 90s in 2016. I used the emoji a lot. And no, I don't remember ever having teeth, but I could just be crazy. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of all of these Mandela effects. Also, if you have any personal Mandela effects, let me know as well, because I love reading personal stories, because honestly, I have my own personal Mandela effects quite literally every day, and then just question if I'm like losing my mind, but I think they're Mandela effects, so whatever. But anyway, that is it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe for new videos every week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.